Alright, the first thing you should do is answer the harder question before choosing sides. Are we judging the biggest comeback moment or the strongest comeback career after the charts, cameras, and audience changed? AC/DC has the nuclear argument. Back in Black arrived months after Bon Scott's death. Under pressure, almost no band survives. Aerosmith's argument runs from 1986 through the 1990s. So that changes the debate before it even starts. Round 1. What counts as the better comeback? Yeah, so this is not just another classic rock debate. Is greatness one historic album in 1980 or a second career stretching from 1986 into the 1990s across multiple eras? The standard is crisis, recovery, quality, longevity, reinvention, and whether the comeback changed rock culture beyond the already loyal fan base. So I feel like AC/DC gets the first brutal edge here. Round 2, who had the bigger mountain to climb? This round starts with collapse, not nostalgia or sales. Aerosmith's crisis was internal. Drugs, exhaustion, fading momentum, broken trust, and the late 1970s exits of Joe Perry and Brad Whitford. Aerosmith needed 5 damaged musicians to trust again. And AC/DC's crisis was a little bit different. Bon Scott was not replaceable in the normal sense because he carried danger, humor, and bite. So the question became, can this still be AC/DC? So this round goes to AC/DC because their comeback began at tragedy's edge, not just after commercial decline. Round 3, the perfect album or the smart rebuild. So this round is the comeback record itself. Back in Black arrived July 25th, 1980, just 5 months after Bon Scott's death, and somehow sounded instantly fully formed, not even cautious. And decades later, it stands 27 times platinum in the United States, turning a comeback record into a hard rock monument with numbers attached. So the genius was pretty much restraint. Huge riffs, dry production, sharp drums, and almost no wasted motion anywhere. Casual fans hear party rock, of course, but musicians hear negative space, with drums leaving room, guitars locking, and every empty pocket doing work. Aerosmith's real comeback record was Permanent Vacation in 1987 after Done With Mirrors failed to fully reignite the classic lineup. Dude, Angel, and Ragdoll gave Aerosmith radio momentum again. So here's the contrast. AC/DC sounded inevitable, while Aerosmith sounded rebuilt, coached, strategically relaunched, and aimed directly back at radio. Rebuilt can be heroic, but inevitable hits harder. So I gotta say, this round also goes to AC/DC. Aerosmith had the smarter setup, but AC/DC had the immortal comeback album. Round 4, one historic strike or a whole second act. This round tests longevity, not one explosion. So after Back in Black, AC/DC stayed massive, but their comeback peak became the mountain every later success had to stand below. They still had arena moments, including For Those About to Rock in 1981 and decades of global touring. Aerosmith's second act stacked chapters, Permanent Vacation in 1987, Pump in 1989, then Get a Grip in 1993 across changing rock eras. So it really had to be more than just one swing. Pump hit number 5 in the US and pushed 4 singles into the top 40 conversation, proving the comeback seriously had legs. Then Get a Grip gave Aerosmith their first number 1 album on the Billboard 200 in 1993, deep into the comeback. So this round has to go to Aerosmith. AC/DC made the bigger moment, but Aerosmith built the longer era, which matters under this specific standard. Round 5, stay pure or learn to adapt. So this round is where the purists get a little bit uncomfortable. AC/DC's greatness is consistency, not constant adaptation. From 1980 forward, AC/DC did not chase trends. They refined the machine until that machine became part of their mythology. Brian Johnson entered, but the engine stayed AC/DC. Aerosmith's comeback required outside writers, Bruce Fairbairn production, MTV visuals, radio-sized choruses, and enough swagger to survive all that polish intact. Some fans hear compromise, but some hear survival through translation. They turned 1970s blues rock personality into a late 1980s format without becoming faceless pop metal or losing the dirty grin underneath it. Round 6, rock's center or rock's border. So this round is cultural impact, and it's where everything flips pretty much. AC/DC proved hard rock could survive a frontman change without softening its identity or sanding down the band's core sound. They did not apologize, modernize, or sentimentalize the moment. In 1980, they just made the riffs hit harder and meaner. But Aerosmith crossed rock's border with Run-DMC in 1986. So that version of Walk This Way reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, turning comeback into cultural repositioning across genres. It brought Aerosmith back into youth culture before Permanent Vacation finished the job 1 year later. But AC/DC influenced by refusing to bend, Aerosmith influenced by proving a 1970s rock band could bend and survive a new era. So this round definitely has to go to Aerosmith. AC/DC owned Rock Center, Aerosmith crossed Rock's border. Round 7, Replacement Miracle or Comeback Ringleader. So this round is frontman energy under real pressure. His Back in Black voice is not imitation. Steven Tyler's comeback was different. By 1987, he returned as Rock's ringmaster for the MTV age, selling chaos with polish. Tyler gave Aerosmith's second act personality. Without him, the polished choruses might have felt manufactured. Johnson made AC/DC believable after Tragedy. Tyler made Aerosmith believable after Excess, which is a totally different kind of frontman miracle. This round, it's close, but Aerosmith gets it by range, danger, comedy, regret, and comeback mythology. Round 8, Machine Precision or Greasy Flexibility. So this round is about musicianship and band identity. Malcolm Young's rhythm playing was architecture, not decoration. The band swung because he built the floor everyone else could stand on. Angus Young gave AC/DC chaos on top of discipline, blues bends, schoolboy theatrics, and solos that cut like live wires. But Aerosmith's musicianship is messier, but in the best way. Perry and Whitford made a greasy twin guitar weave, not a clean machine together. Tom Hamilton and Joey Kramer gave Aerosmith funkier hips than most arena rock bands had any right to own. AC/DC wins precision of identity. Aerosmith wins flexibility across blues, funk, ballads, pop metal, and arena rock without losing personality. So, for this comeback standard, flexibility matters more, usually, so this round goes to Aerosmith by a narrow, sweaty margin. Round 9, the legacy of the comeback. Alright, so now this is the final comeback legacy round. AC/DC's comeback is the Cleaner Myth, February 1980 Tragedy, July 1980 album, and a 27 times platinum afterlife built on one impossible swing. I mean, that story is almost unbeatable for a greatest comeback album. The standard shifts from monument to rebuilt kingdom. I mean, Aerosmith had to reunite, clean up, modernize, cross genres in 1986, then score again in 1987, 1989, and 1993. They became a different giant for a different rock era. Alright, the final verdict. Alright, so the final verdict, I gotta go with the mighty Aerosmith. AC/DC wins the single most powerful comeback strike in hard rock history. But overall, Aerosmith wins the comeback band debate because their second act lasted longer, changed more, crossed more cultural territory, and survived more eras.